Whose death this year hit you the hardest? Suzanne Somers. I got fat as a teen. But bought her a cookbook and Thigh Master. And I lost the weight. My parents let me buy wine to cook with her chicken recipe. She inspired so many people to be more healthy and strong. And she was a delight. Brilliant on She's the Sheriff and a joy on Step by Step. She was royally FD over on Three's Company. Suzanne was a national treasure and helped so many people. Ken Block. He was a friend, a mentor and icon of automotive culture. I've never seen such a large wake left behind from any other automotive personality in my lifetime. Since his passing I've had the chance to work closely with his family. His wife Lucy just raced up Pikes Peak with me earlier this year. Lucy Block Pikes Peak documentary. Bray Wyatt's. I'm a huge wrestling fan and he was awesome. He had pretty much been passed the torch by The Undertaker when he whispered something in his ear. We don't know what and I'd rather it stay that way. For any other wrestling fans, Wyndham Rotunda was recently signed to a WWE Legends contract with all the money going to his kids. Sometimes WWE genuinely does nice things. My cousin. I was at work when my mom called to tell me he had hung himself. Being that I had declined to hang out with him a few times leading up to this, and he and I got really close when his father died of a heart attack at 37. My cousin was 8 at the time, I was 9 and our uncle hung himself a few months after. This was a huge deviation to our family. Craig Breen. Started watching World Rally Championship this year. Craig Breen was making quite a comeback with good results, but during the sightings of Croatian Rally he crashed and killed himself. His co-driver is alive and well, at least physically. This was the first death I witnessed in motorsports since I started watching them. My dog Brick. He wasn't even 3. He died from something he was vaccinated against. It was less than 10 days from when I said to my husband there is something wrong with Brick to the day we had to put him down. His death was traumatizing to us all. He was a wonderful dog. I miss that pain in the butt every single day. My grandma, 2 uncles, and 1 cousin died all within the last 365 days. One of my uncles died just 2 days ago. This is the first time I've mentioned it to anyone who doesn't know me personally, but I have just been devastated. My whole family is gone. Just me and my siblings and I'm only 26. I've been stressed the fuck out, man. My grandma. She was diagnosed with pancreas cancer back in October. Little by little, she started to feel worse every day. One day, she fell asleep and we couldn't wake her up. She was alive though, her heart was still beating. She was like that for 2 weeks in the hospital, then on November 9th she passed away. Lance Reddick was such a sad death because he seemed pretty healthy and from the sound of it there was no underlying chronic condition, he just had a massive blockage in his artery. An angiogram might have saved his life and kept him going another 20 years. Get your heart checked out as you age, everyone. Father-in-law. Short aggressive bladder cancer. This time last year he was healthy. April he got diagnosed. I was optimistic because it's usually 75 chance to beat it. He just didn't respond to treatment. After first round, he just spiraled a few weeks and just went into a free fall last month. Sarah Rocco. She just passed away a couple weeks ago head-on collision on a 2-lane road where the other driver crossed the line. She was such a bright light, one of the most motivational humans. Everyone who met her was inspired to be better. She was 39. It is a loss for the world. My sister. We were 11 months and 3 weeks apart. She passed one day after her birthday and exactly 1 week before mine. We were the same age for 1 week every year. We were both 53 when she died. It's so hard not having her here this Christmas. My mom is having a really hard time too. My grandmother's. She was 97, so not totally unexpected, but still hit me harder than a ton of bricks. This time of year is tough without her. It's a sad adulthood milestone when you lose your last grandparent. My 49-year-old brother-in-law went to the hospital with stomach pain. They discovered he was eat up with cancer and couldn't help him. 2 weeks later he was gone. My sister and her kids are still devastated. Surprisingly, Andre Braugher. Captain Holt was the first character I'd ever seen anywhere that the fact he was gay wasn't the most interesting thing about him. It was nice to be ordinary for once. Andre Braugher's death was shocking and very sad. I was saddened by Matthew Perry's death. It was tragic, but it wasn't as surprising as Andre's. It's the surprising ones that hit hardest, I feel. Rosalind Carter, because unfortunately it's signaling that Jimmy's departure is also nigh. I really don't think he has much time left. He did not look like a well-man at her funeral. My younger sister. Only 38. Left behind a husband, 2 sons, and 1 daughter. The daughter being the youngest at only 10 years old. So sudden. A simple unexpected organ failure. My childhood lifelong best friend took his own life earlier this year. Best friends since 5th grade, went to boot camp together, best man in each other's wedding etc. Bray Wyatt. Been a lifelong wrestling fan and he was one of my favorites. After already losing Brody Lee way too soon at the end of 2020, this one hurt extra bad. It was Jimmy Buffett up until we had to put my 14-year-old dog down yesterday. We have had him since he was 8 weeks old, and it was a very sudden illness. Lucky, nobody close to me has passed away. For me, it was Andre Braugher. Last year, it was our beloved Border Collie. In 2021, it was Norm Macdonald, the kid that died in the submersible implosion. He didn't want to go in the first place. Some rich asshole's cheapskating ways and another life too short. My sister died from an Audi and that was the worst. Didn't work for 2 months but they were understanding enough to let me go back to work after that. My master's thesis advisor died December 1st. He was such a kind, wise guy who went above and beyond for his TAs. Thanks for everything, Dr. Berger. We lost our close neighbors this year. They were a staple in my life for 30 years and treated us like family. He died first and she went soon after. Dear old friend lost her son to drugs in September. Lifetime of struggling to help him still devastating. No one should bury a child. My cousin, who is the same age as me, was found dead in his bed. Incredibly sad. Famous people? Probably Matthew Perry or Tina Turner. Ralph Cirillo. I didn't even like him but when I read he had died it was such a shock. Felt like I had been kicked in the stomach. Our 11-year-old Greyhound died a couple of months ago. We're looking for a rescue dog but he'll be hard to replace. R.I.P. Jack, husband's grandma. We were fairly close with her. Celebrity-wise, both Matthew Perry and Andre Braugher are tough ones. Broken heart. My nephew 30-yo, whom was like a son to me, had his and his friend 24-yo life stolen from them in a senseless red room. My sister. A week ago. I thought because we were estranged her death wouldn't hit me so hard. I was wrong. My dog. Had to put him down 2 weeks ago due to cancer after 14 years. I'm still randomly crying. One of my old soldiers that passed away while I was away in Iraq of a blood clot to the brain. Mitten Squad. I've been lucky it just kinda doesn't feel real since his last community post. I don't think that after Kobe Bryant's death, anything will surprise me or make me so upset. My own life as a spirit has been hard to get used to. Took me 3 hours to type this message. A college friends. I'm 25 and never thought I'd have to see someone so close die so young. Really had no death beside my friend's mom. Hit hard because she was pretty young and nice. My HS friend Gina Marie. She had cancer and was a beautiful person through and through. My nephew in August, my dad in October and my Phil in November. 2023 has not been kind. A good friend, rock and roller, great singer and guitarist friend for 30 years, Freddie. Mine. Can't believe they provided Reddit access in heaven though, so that's okay. No one close to me has died this year. It's unusual but I'm glad this year's diff. My father-in-law's. Yes, he got on my nerves at times, but damn I miss him. My dad passed in October and my best friend's mom passed on the same day. My mom's. Pancreatic cancer. 10 weeks between diagnosis and euthanasia. My friend and former co-worker Gretchen. For celebrity, Jimmy Buffett. What's Glenn's favorite restaurant? Carl Popeyes. Carl Popeyes. My 3 friends who committed suicide. One right in front of me. My sweet cat of 13 years. Pet loss is complicated and difficult. One of my best friends passed away last week. Can't stop crying. My coworker. He unalived himself. Left 4 kids and a wife. No one in my family died this year. That I know of. My 16-year-old Chihuahua. She was such a sweet dog. My stepbrother. My other stepbrother died 11 years ago. My dog 14 years old, the goodest good boy. Fuck cancer. Kissinger. Too many years and too many lives too late. My wife. This is the hardest Christmas I've ever had. My Bill. He went for the self-inflicted swinging kind. My friend. Parents found him dead in his dorm room. Not this year but Betty White was a slap in my face. Clint Eastwood. Never thought I would see that day.